3 worst deliveries I did as a food delivery driver. I've been delivering food for 3 years now. Started when I was 22, needed quick cash between jobs, and somehow never left. You meet all kinds of people in this line of work. The generous tippers, the ones who don't tip at all, the lonely folks who just want someone to talk to for 30 seconds. Most nights blur together into an endless stream of apartment numbers and GPS directions. But some deliveries stick with you. Some deliveries change you. These are the 3 that still wake me up at night. Delivery number 1. The house on Blackwood Lane. It was a Tuesday in October, around 9:47 p.m. I remember the exact time because I kept checking my phone, willing my shift to end. The app pinged with a new order. Chinese food, decent-sized order. Address on Blackwood Lane. I've been down that street maybe once before. It was one of those areas on the edge of town where the streetlights get sparse and the houses sit far back from the road, hidden behind overgrown trees. The payout was good, though. $42 including tip. For a Tuesday night, that was golden. I picked up the order from Golden Dragon, 3 bags worth of food, and plugged the address into my GPS. The robotic voice guided me through familiar streets that gradually became less familiar, until I was driving down roads I'd never taken, past houses I'd never seen. Blackwood Lane appeared suddenly, a narrow street cutting through thick woods. No streetlights here, just my headlights cutting through the darkness and the occasional reflective house number nailed to a tree. The GPS told me I'd arrived, but I didn't see any house, just trees and more trees. I crept forward slowly, scanning for any sign of a driveway, and finally spotted a gap in the foliage. A dirt path, really more than a proper driveway, curved away into the darkness, and I couldn't see where it led. I pulled in carefully, my car bumping over ruts and exposed roots. The path wound through the trees for what felt like forever but was probably only a minute or 2. Then the house appeared. It was old. Not charming old, not vintage old, but decaying old. A 2-story Victorian that might have been beautiful once, now listing slightly to one side. Paint peeled from the siding in long strips. Several windows were dark, but a few glowed with a dim, yellowish light that seemed to pulse slightly, though that might have been my imagination. I grabbed the bags and made my way to the front porch. The wooden steps creaked under my weight, and I became acutely aware of how quiet everything was. No crickets, no wind, just silence and the sound of my own breathing. I knocked on the door. Nothing. I knocked again, louder this time, and called out, "Food delivery." Footsteps inside. Slow, shuffling footsteps. They seemed to take forever to reach the door. When it finally opened, I had to fight to keep my expression neutral. The woman who answered was old, impossibly old. Her skin was like parchment, stretched too tight over her skull. Her eyes were cloudy, almost white, and they didn't quite focus on me. She wore a nightgown that might have been white once but had yellowed with age. Behind her, the house was dark except for that strange, pulsing yellow light coming from somewhere deeper inside. "Your order," I said, holding out the bags. She didn't move, didn't reach for the bags, just stood there, staring at me with those milky eyes. Then she smiled, and I saw that her teeth were brown and crooked, several missing entirely. "You're late," she said. Her voice was like dried leaves scraping against concrete. I checked my phone. "No, ma'am. I'm actually right on time. The app shows. You're 50 years late," she interrupted. "I've been waiting so long." My stomach twisted. "I'm sorry. I don't understand. Is this 4156 Blackwood Lane? Come inside," she said, stepping back and gesturing into the darkness behind her. "Come inside and wait with me. I have so much food now. So much food and no one to share it with. You'll stay, won't you? You'll finally stay?" Every instinct had screamed at me to run. Instead, I did what we're trained to do. I stayed professional. "I can't come inside, ma'am, but here's your food. That'll be $42 if you're paying cash. Or it should already be charged to your card if you paid through the app." "I paid," she said. "Paid and paid and paid. But they never come. They never stay." She reached out suddenly, her gnarled fingers grasping for my arm. I jerked back, nearly dropping the bags. As I did, I caught a glimpse past her into the house. In that pulsing yellow light, I could see the hallway. The walls were covered, absolutely covered, in delivery receipts. Hundreds of them, maybe thousands. They overlapped each other, creating a papery wallpaper that extended as far as I could see into the house. Different restaurants, different drivers, different dates. Some of the receipts looked ancient, the paper brown and brittle. "I have to go," I said, setting the bags down on the porch. "Your food is here. Have a good night." I turned and walked back to my car as quickly as I could without running. Behind me, I heard her voice. "They never stay. They never stay. But I'll keep trying. I'll keep ordering. One day someone will stay." I didn't look back. I got in my car, backed down that long driveway faster than was probably safe, and didn't stop shaking until I was back on the main road. When I checked the app later, she'd given me a 1-star review. The comment just said, "He left." I've never seen that address come up again. I've driven down Blackwood Lane twice since then, during daylight. I can't find the driveway, can't find the house. The GPS says it's there, but all I see are trees. Delivery number 2, the apartment that wasn't there. This one happened in December, about a year after the Blackwood Lane incident. By then I'd almost convinced myself that the old woman had just been suffering from dementia or some other condition. I'd built up a nice little rationalization. She was confused, the receipt wallpaper was probably a trick of the light, the missing driveway was just me being bad at navigation. Then I got the order for apartment 413 in the Riverside Complex. I knew the Riverside Complex well. I'd delivered there dozens of times. It was a modern building, only about 5 years old, with 4 floors of apartments arranged around a central courtyard. Clean, well-lit, perfectly normal. The order was for pizza and wings from Marco's, and the customer had left a note. "Please knock 3 times. 3 times only. Very important." Odd, but I'd seen weirder delivery instructions. Some people have sleeping babies, some have anxious dogs, some just have their quirks. I picked up the food and headed over. The Riverside Complex looked the same as always as I pulled into the parking lot. I grabbed the food and headed to the main entrance. The lobby was bright and modern, all glass and chrome. The elevator dinged cheerfully as I stepped inside and pressed the button for the 4th floor. The 4th floor hallway was empty when I stepped out. The apartments went in numerical order, 401, 402, 403, and so on. I walked past them, following the numbers up. 409, 410, 411, 412, and then 414. I stopped, walked back, 412, then 414. No 413. I stood there, confused, staring at the gap between the 2 doors. It wasn't like there was a missing door. The doors to 412 and 414 were right next to each other, normal spacing, no indication that anything was missing. I double-checked the address on my phone. Definitely said apartment 413. Maybe it was on a different floor? I took the elevator down to 3 and checked. Same layout. 312, 314, no 313. Second floor, same thing. First floor, same thing. Every floor skipped from 12 to 14. I called the customer. The phone rang 5 times, then went to voicemail. The message was just heavy breathing and then a click. I was about to call support when I noticed something. Between apartments 412 and 414 on the 4th floor, there was a seam in the wallpaper. A very faint seam, almost invisible, running from floor to ceiling. I pressed my hand against the wall and it felt wrong. Hollow, like there was space behind it. That's when I heard the knocking. 3 knocks, coming from inside the wall. Then 3 more. Then 3 more. Each set of 3 knocks came from a slightly different location, as if someone was moving around in the space between 412 and 414. But that was impossible. The space was maybe a foot wide, nowhere near enough for a person. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. "You came," a voice whispered. Male, I think, though it was hard to tell. "You finally came. Did you knock 3 times? You have to knock 3 times." "Where are you?" I asked. "Where's apartment 413? "I'm here. I'm always here. I've always been here. Knock 3 times and I can come out. Knock 3 times and you can come in. We'll trade. I'm so hungry. I've been so hungry for so long." The knocking in the walls intensified. Not just 3 knocks anymore, but dozens of them, hundreds of them, coming from all around me. The walls, the ceiling, even the floor beneath my feet. All of them knocking in sets of 3. "I can't find your apartment," I said, backing toward the elevator. "I'm going to have to cancel this order." "No." The voice on the phone rose to a shriek. "No, no, no. You have to knock 3 times. You have to knock 3 times. I ordered. I paid. You have to deliver." I ended the call and ran for the elevator. Jammed the button repeatedly. The knocking followed me, moving through the walls, keeping pace. When the elevator doors finally opened, I practically fell inside. As the doors closed, I saw something that still haunts me. The wallpaper between 412 and 414 was bulging outward, as if something was pressing against it from behind. And in that bulge, I could see the impression of a face. Just for a second. Mouth open wide, screaming silently. Then the elevator doors closed and I was going down. I reported the order as undeliverable. The app showed that the customer disputed it, claimed I never showed up and got a full refund. I checked the order history. The same address, apartment 413, Riverside Complex, had ordered food 47 times in the past 6 months. Every single order was marked as delivered, different drivers each time. I asked around at some of the delivery meetups we have. Found 3 drivers who'd delivered to that address. When I mentioned it, they all got quiet. One of them, a guy named Marcus who'd been driving for 5 years, just shook his head and said, "Don't go back there, man. Whatever you do, don't go back there. And if you ever get that address again, don't knock. For God's sake, don't knock." I never got the order again. But sometimes, late at night when I'm delivering to the Riverside Complex, I swear I can hear knocking coming from inside the walls. Delivery number 3, the last delivery. This last one happened 2 months ago. It's the reason I'm writing this all down. It's the reason I'm thinking about quitting this job, even though I don't know what else I'd do. The order came through at 11:38 p.m. on a Saturday. Late, but not unusually so. Burger and fries from an all-night diner called Mel's. Address on the far side of town. The customer's name was listed as YOURLASTDLIVRY. I should have known right then. Should have declined the order. But the payout was huge, $150 tip. For a single burger. I'd never seen a tip that big. I thought it must be a mistake. Someone who'd entered the wrong amount, but the app had confirmed it. $150 to deliver 1 meal. I picked up the food from Mel's. The guy working the counter looked at the order ticket and then at me with something like pity in his eyes. "You sure you want to take this one?" he asked. "Why wouldn't I? Address you're going to. We get orders from there sometimes." Drivers who take them don't usually come back for more shifts. Sometimes don't come back at all. I laughed it off. Thought he was messing with me, trying to spook the guy who'd take his big tip delivery. I took the bag and left. The GPS led me to an industrial area I'd never been to before. Warehouses and storage facilities, all of them dark and closed for the night. The street I was looking for, Terminus Road, didn't appear on my GPS at all. I had to drive around for 20 minutes before I found it. A narrow alley between two massive warehouses. The address was at the end of the alley. Not a warehouse, not a storage facility, just a door. A single metal door set into a brick wall. A building that seemed to have no other features. No windows, no other entrances. Just this one door with the number I was looking for painted above it in faded white paint. I parked and got out. The silence here was different from the silence at the house on Blackwood Lane. This wasn't the absence of sound. This was silence that pressed in on you, that seemed to swallow any noise you made. My footsteps were muffled. My breathing sounded distant, as if it was coming from somewhere else. I approached the door. There was no doorbell, no knocker, just smooth metal. I raised my hand to knock, and the door swung open before I could make contact. The person standing there was me, not someone who looked like me, not a relative or a doppelganger. Me, exactly me, down to the clothes I was wearing, the delivery bag in my hands, the confused expression that I knew was on my face because I could see it on my face. "You're early," my double said. "I'm not ready yet. I haven't finished my delivery." "What?" The word came out as barely a whisper. "My delivery," he repeated. "I've been delivering for so long. So many houses, so many apartments, so many customers. I can't stop. I can never stop. But you're here now. That means it's almost time. That means I can finally rest." He stepped aside, and I saw what was behind him. The space beyond the door wasn't a building interior. It was impossible, but I could see it clearly. The hallway stretched back forever, lined with doors on both sides. Thousands of doors. Millions of doors. Each one with a different number. Each one glowing with that same sickly yellow light I'd seen in the house on Blackwood Lane. "Every delivery you've ever made," my double said. "Every delivery you'll ever make. Every delivery every driver has ever made or will ever make. They're all here, all waiting, all hungry, and you have to deliver to all of them. That's the job. That's the real job. You signed up for it when you took your first order." "No," I said. "No, this isn't real. This isn't." "Give me the food," he interrupted. "I ordered it. I've been waiting for it. I'm the last customer, the one you'll deliver to before you take my place. Give me the food and then you'll understand." I looked down at the bag in my hands. It had changed. Instead of a simple paper bag from Mel's, it was now covered in writing. Names and addresses, thousands of them, written in different handwriting styles, overlapping each other until they were almost illegible. I recognized some of them. The house on Blackwood Lane, apartment 413 at the Riverside Complex. Others I'd never seen before but somehow knew I would see, eventually, inevitably. "I can't," I said. "I won't." My double's expression didn't change. "You don't have a choice. None of us do. Once you start delivering, you can't stop. The deliveries never end. There's always another order, always another address, always another customer waiting. And eventually, you end up here delivering to yourself, passing on the burden. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked." I stepped back from the door. "No. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I'm done with this job." "You can't quit," my double said, but he was smiling now. A sad, knowing smile. "You can try. You can delete the app. You can throw away your phone. But the orders will find you. They always find you. You'll hear the ping in your head, see the addresses in your dreams. You'll try to ignore them, but the customers are so hungry. They'll come looking for you if you don't go to them. It's better to deliver. Trust me. I learned that the hard way. I turned and ran back to my car. Behind me, I heard my double call out one last time. See you soon. You still have my order. You still have to deliver. I drove home doing 90 miles an hour, the food from Mel's still in my passenger seat. When I got to my apartment, I threw the bag in the dumpster outside, went inside, locked every door and window, and sat on my couch shaking until dawn. The next day, I tried to delete the delivery app from my phone. It wouldn't delete. I tried to call the company to quit, but the number just rang endlessly. No one ever answered. I haven't taken an order since that night. Haven't logged into the app, haven't gone near my car. But I still hear them. The orders. They come through even though I'm not logged in, even though I've turned off my phone. I hear the ping in the middle of the night. I see the addresses scrolling across my vision when I close my eyes. And the tips keep getting bigger. $500, $1,000, $10,000. And every single one of them, no matter the restaurant or the location, has the same customer name, YOURLASTDLIVRY. If you've watched to this extent, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.